Now it's time to talk about the Galaxy S21 because unbelievably, just after the Note 20 series launch, Samsung are working on the next phones, and we've even got some pretty fundamental evidence of the specs of the device. The first one comes from, of course, Ice Universe, telling us that it is going to be a 108 megapixel image sensor in the S21. So not the exact same sensor as we got this time, but a second generation, an improved bit of hardware. This will be called the HM2. It will keep 108 megapixels though, and the size, but we would hope some improvements to a few things. The first is the dynamic range. And also we would assume that Samsung have ironed out all of those focusing issues this time around. Also from Ice Universe, we get the internal code names for the S21 series, and internally at Samsung, it will be called Project U. The U standing for something that we don't really know right now, but well, it could just be under screen camera or under panel camera as it's called in the industry. There's two trains of thought on this one. The first is that it could happen because the hardware is available, but according to Ross Young, it just isn't going to happen in the S21 series, and there is just speculation on this for now. My 2 cents is that, well, the technology does exist and Samsung certainly want to be first with this, but it is all about the quality of the images from that selfie camera, and if Samsung can't work out those issues well enough to put it in a flagship phone, then of course they won't. They definitely don't want to get beaten out by the Chinese brands who are also putting this in phones at the start of next year. And considering Samsung make this hardware and definitely are the leaders in this technology, then it really is touch and go whether they'll give it to other people or whether they will try and put it in their flagship phones first. Then we also get this from Galaxy Club, and it looks like we've got the battery sizes for at least the Galaxy S21 Plus, and that has a rated capacity of 4,660 milliamp hours. To put that into some context, the rated capacity of the Galaxy S20 Plus was 4,370 milliamp hours with a typical capacity of 4,500 milliamp hours, which is the capacity that most people use and see when they're referring to the battery size. So we could therefore assume that if everything else stays the same in the S21 Plus, you're actually looking at a battery size of around 4,800 milliamp hours, which is a little bit bigger than the battery we're currently getting in the S21 Plus. The phones will be launched in February, as they are every year, and actually we're looking forward to the next Exynos 1000, as we're calling it at the moment. The specs of that are usually released before any Snapdragon chipset specs, and we should be seeing that in the next few months. This is an exciting chip because Samsung will be moving over to ARM Cortex-X1 CPU cores and brand new AMD GPU cores, which are going to hopefully give us much better performance in the Exynos chipsets. So whilst there are a lot of things still unknown about the series, actually we know a few things already. So bigger batteries, also should be LTPO displays, and the 108 megapixel staying on at least the Ultra version, but a brand new version coming. As for the other specs, and importantly, the processors and the power they give, obviously we're going to have to wait a little bit longer for those. But that is all your Samsung news for now with the S21. Hope you liked it. If you did, thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.